Last day of the month, I would say welcome to the program, all esteemed viewers across the globe. We appreciate you for always joining this program every morning. We say a big thank you for staying good to the channel. Thank you so much to Mrs. Tina in California, who blessed her people this week. And many people understand. We say a big thank you to you. We appreciate you. All right, the 31st of January 2026. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Kindly, I like the program. It's important. You also share it. If you are watching us for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. And to join this conversation, please, your opinions are needed in the comment section. You can drop your opinions right in the comment section. All right, the Punch newspaper this morning. We have annulled PDP convention. Annulled PDP convention. Turaki Films, Wike's camp celebrates. Turaki Films, Wike's camp celebrates. This is what caused chaos, within the People's Democratic Party. That was last year. Yeah, towards the end of last year. Yeah. Two courts giving verdicts concerning PDP convention. The court in Abuja gave its own verdict. Another one in Ibadan, made its own pronouncement about it. But at the end of the day, the camp of Wike emerged victorious on this issue. I don't know how Makinde's camp will be feeling this time around. All right, so we have it that annulled PDP convention that's on the Punch newspaper. Annulled PDP convention to Turaki Films, Wike's camp celebrating. Nigerians self-deport amid Trump's deadly ICE raids. We move down to another one. Local government accounts, court issues arrest, warrant against bank. Another story here. Morning recap. Viral waste seller gets 8 million naira support. IPOB suit at home. Osun local government accounts. Row. Other top stories. Okay, this is on the Punch. Abia community donates 100 million naira for Otis re-election bid. Abia community donates 100 million naira for Otis re-election bid. Of course, everybody knows that Governor Oti is doing well in Anambra State. In Abia State. Sorry, Soludo was Anambra. He's the one governing Anambra. Sorry. So everybody knows that Alex Oti is working working assiduously in Abia. I don't know why because we discussed and we are to discuss it today again. We are still discussing because IPOB has should I say played a return match now. Yeah, and they've cleared Governor Soludo of Anambra State, declaring seat at home on Monday, the 2nd of February 2026. IPOB has declared sit at home on Monday. So this time around, it's not all about Anambra State. It has been declared across the eastern part of the country. Wow. But will the Easterners obey this sit at home directive by the indigenous people of Biafra? This was declared by Ima Powerful. Yeah. Would they defy it or obey this new order? Let's see how it goes. We'll move down to another story here. Petrol to hit 1,000 liter as crude crosses $70, says marketers. All right. PDP BOT dismisses court judgment, backs Turaki leadership. And on Rivers State, Rivers denies blocking Wike-led Pro-Tinubu rally, says stadium under construction. And away from this, let's quickly move down to the story concerning the eastern region. Onitsha market closure, IPOB declares sit at home in southeast, tackles Soludo. The outlawed indigenous people of Biafra has declared a one-day sit-at-home Monday, 2 February, across Nigeria's southeast. Ima Powerful, the IPOB spokesperson, in a statement on Friday said the sit-at-home directive was in protest against the closure of the Onitsha Main Market by Governor Soludo of Anambra State. Governor Soludo ordered the closure of the market for 1 week when he visited on 26th of January and observed that shops were closed in compliance with sit-at-home directive by the indigenous people of Biafra. Like I said earlier on, will the people comply come 2nd of February 2026? This is what we discussed yesterday, and it was an interesting program, honestly, a really interesting program, and people really commented. They even called me from the southeastern part of the country. But what's up with this new directive by the indigenous people of Biafra?
Mike, standing on the existing protocol, I want to say good morning to our esteemed viewers. Thank God it's another end of the first month in 2026. We thank God that we are still standing, and all glory be to Almighty God. And back to your question, Mike. You see, what is playing out now is like between Governor Soludo and Ipob is a kind of trying to say who is more loved in the entire Southeast extraction. Because when you now see the new pronouncement being made by Ipob now, though it's a way to be seen how much compliance will go into that order. But one thing that is somehow and that piques my heart is that why would they now try to sensationalize this kind of a matter? I want to believe that whatever statement being made in regards to sit-at-home, I mean, it should be people-centered, and it must be embraced across board without being coerced. I want to believe that using instrumentalism of coercion in trying to make people to toe the line, I mean, it's a no-no for me. I believe that as far as it is enshrined in the Constitution, that you and I have a fundamental right to do. I don't think that infringing on that fundamental right, is something that will not go down well with me. But that being said, I want to believe that when this sit-at-home, before Soludo came on board as a governor of Anambra State, they've been observing it one way or the other. It might not be holistic, but a greater number of the states do, observe this sit-at-home. But when you now look, Soludo is now going through the last tenure of his administration. Why is he just waking up now? Because I would have expected that in his first tenure, whatever he has as a grouse against such directive could have even confronted him headlong at that time. Why must he now wait till now to say he wants to flex his muscle, or he's just waking to that reality that sit-at-home has become a kind of a memorial in the consciousness of every Igbos from that extraction. But to me, instead of using brute force to try and see how they can using brute force over this kind of order, I think he would have been so clinical about it by engaging the so-called the eggs of this Ipob, call them into a meeting. Look, then bring out your points and see how they can arrive at a common ground, so that it will not just be, because you and I know that this sit-at-home has cost so many lives, including a notable figure. I mean, the husband of Dora Queen. And you may also recall that there were this couple that were going to tie the knot in the eastern part. Sometimes about 2 years or so ago, they were mowed down as a result of flouting this order. I want to believe that any order that has a kind of a tinge or brute force is not people oriented. I want to believe that they can do better instead of using brute force to arrive at a amicable solution.
Here we go again. Well, yesterday it was Soludo during IPOB, but this morning IPOB just Soludo. What do you have to say?
Yeah, well, it's a power tussle, and it's now obvious that they are just using people's economy to play game, both Soludo and the Ipob. Because I now believe now that Ipob, they will not even think twice before they will just, oh yeah, everybody sit at home. And I don't know even the kind of message that they are trying to send. If people agree, if people, I mean, consent with it that, okay, you can control us, I'm still wondering what they want to achieve with that. Where they are going with that kind of attitude of not think twice before they just say, everybody sit at home. Is there no other way of youthful protest against Soludo rather than ask the whole Southeast to be shut down? No, I dare them. That one day is not enough. They should make it 1 week so that we will know that they really mean business. Yes. If you really want to send message to federal government and the state, let everybody stay at home for 1 week. Yes. Let's see what is going to happen. If you are so believing, everybody sit down at home. Google make it 1 week. Make it 1 week. And I told you from the angle I stand with Soludo's reaction, I told you that sometimes when you begin to dialogue with, gentleman might you are discussing, and the person you want to discuss with refuse to comply gently, then take it to the higher ground. Yes, that Oga, it's not that me too, I cannot, I have my own constitution, I can release it to.
And that's what the governor has done.
And that's what the governor has done. Now, after he has closed the market now, they are now dialogue. There will be dialogue. After the both sides has been fighting and they are tired, and government too will be losing, and the people too will be, when they sit down, their brain will be reset.
Are you sure there is dialogue ongoing?
Yeah, they will dialogue.
If there is
Mr. Michael,
dialogue going on, I don't think IPOB would have declared Monday sit at home.
Their dialogue is it is who wear the shoe that nowhere is pitching him. Ipob don't own market in that place. They are not the one that own those shops. Those shop owner, definitely they will look for. There have been dialogue. Either from that state, they have been calling Soludo. It's not possible. Onitsha Main Market, do you know what it means? That is a multi-billion dollars business hub. Search for Onitsha Main Market. While I was growing up, I've been hearing Onitsha Main Market. Onitsha Main Market. It's a multi-billion dollars, market hub. For it to be shut down, and people, they were, okay, some people are asking questions. Why do they not do sit at home during Christmas? When on Monday?
There was no sit at home. No?
I dare you to close your shop during Christmas when you will be missing like hundreds of millions of naira every on Monday. I dare you to do that. So, and Yoruba will say, "Koko ni tato ni, kobe ni tato ni." Let's go talk. They are doing power tussle now, but they are using their, people's both life and economics, to play Nintendo, which is very, very unfortunate to me.
All right, our viewers are in the comment section this morning. You can see Anambra and there is a Chima in the comment section, and we need to read out what they are writing to us. All right, the Chima says Soludo has woken the sleeping dogs and should be held responsible and for any list of lives. Okay, any loss of lives and properties. I repeat, Soludo has woken the sleeping dogs and should be held responsible for any loss of lives and properties. This is coming from
the sleeping dog is not sleeping. Because if the sleeping dog has been sleeping, there will be no sit at home. So the sleeping dog is still awakening. Yes. So there's nothing like a sleeping dog. Nothing like a sleeping dog.
All right, Tottenham says the government owns the market. If you don't want to open shop, then government has the right to kick you out and give it to who will do business, not some terrorist sympathizers. All right, we move down again. There's a Chima. In the last 3 months, we enjoyed 100% relatively peace, but these dawns of a professor has truncated that peace. Anthem says Kanu is from Abia State. They are not sitting at home there.
That's a very instructive statement. Because in Abia State, they are not sitting at home.
Will Alex Oti even permit that?
Alex Oti will not permit that. I want to believe
Abia State. Are they observing it?
They are not observing it totally.
I'm talking about full compliance.
No, not like there is no full compliance in Abia State. I have people that are from that instruction. I have people from that instruction. There is no total compliance from people from Abia. I have people from that instruction. Yeah, no total. There is no total compliance because the governor there is a performing governor. For crying out loud, he will not. He will not allow such a thing to infiltrate his administration. And when you look at people that have performed creditably fine, I think he's among the A-list, among the governors from that extraction. So whosoever is saying that that directive is, is holding any form of much recognition there, I think that person should go and sleep again.
Femi, if Nnamdi Kanu is from Abia State and they are not totally observing the sit-at-home, the Monday sit-at-home, what's the problem of Anambra?
You see, Nnamdi Kanu may come from Abia, but the real major cause of this thing will concern Anambra, because Anambra is political headquarters. I think is metaphorically political headquarters of Ipob. So anything that happens in Anambra affects others. Everything, Anambra is like Ogun State of Southwest here. Anything that happens, because that one they believe as the passive political headquarters. Apart from the fact that their real political headquarters, the old political headquarters was in at Enugu. Like we have in the real context, politically, educationally, financially, Southwest Southwest headquarters is this place. But when you look at the edifice, where you will see the real political headquarters is Ibadan. You can see the juxtapose the two together. So, and a typical Igbo from Anambra, we want to do sit at home. And this thing, let me tell you, that thing that you see at Abia, it may be a solidarity to Alex Oti that you don't worry, they're going to treat you specially. We are going to, maybe you don't want to sit at home, we like you, then we will go to our work. You know, this thing is a reaction, it's a way of expressing their, it's a way of expressing what is affecting them, what they are not happy with. So in Abia, I will not be surprised if there is no total compliance compared to Anambra. Then of course in Anambra,
there is no total compliance.
Yes, even people of Ebonyi has come out. People of Ebonyi has come out that they are not going to do sit at home. That they are, in support of Soludo. And if you look at it, if you look that one, you will see that people of Anambra, people of Ebonyi, they are having good relationship maybe with their governor, Nwufuri, or what is his name, and their and his godfather, Umai. So you can see that this thing, sometimes you might even trace political, reason to it. You might even trace political, they might politicize it in some kind of way. So in a state where they love their governor, they may not do sit at home. They may not be total compliant.
All right, if you are watching us from the southeastern part of the country, kindly make your contributions on the program this morning. Kindly engage us so as to know what is going on there. I know you are present there, you live there, you know what is going on there, and we are only reviewing what we are seeing in the news or papers. Kindly make your contributions in the comment section. I will read it out. All right, Udozi Chima says, Michael, please don't buy into this misinformations here. I am the son of Abia State. Area market. Okay? Area market. The second largest market after main market, Onitsha, is fully complying with the seats at all. This is from
now is a total compliance.
We are not saying
fully. It is your market now. It is a market. It's a market.
We are talking about the whole state.
Before, nobody should move. That's what you are saying. If the civil servant not go to work, you are talking about market. You can tell me it is your market.
All right, Peter, what is saying? Mike, I can see this. Your program is terrible. Why is it tribalistic? So people should not open. They should not express their views or their opinions concerning issues. I don't understand why he's saying that people are not. So people should not express their views concerning how they feel about a particular issue or what. All right, today, Chima, you guys should stop saying things that you don't have information about. That's not journalism. Abia complies with the sit-at-home here. Okay, with the sit-at-home than any other states in Nigeria.
They don't go to work.
If you are from that region, kindly make your contributions in the comment section.
But somebody that has somebody there told us that they are going to work on Monday. And anyway, it's your. If you like, even they can. Maybe I said 1 day will not be enough. Let them do 1 week.
But what do you think this will spark in terms of security?
You see, ordinarily,
but we're having peace in that region before this issue came up.
Before the issue came up, we were having relative peace from that end. Until when Governor Soludo steered the honest net by saying that he will shut down the Onitsha Main Market. I don't know what information he has as to have made him to issue such a statement. But by and large, what I would have expected Soludo to do is to be clinical about it. And because I know he's not coming back. Maybe he just wants to steer the honest net and create a problem for whosoever is coming in. Because I want to believe that, we are in the political era now. After this January that is ending today, February and March, by April, May, June, July is just pure politics till next year. And you see what he's trying to do. Maybe he wants to create another thing that the incoming governor will be battling with. But in the real common sense plane, I want to believe that he should try softly. This matter need not to be treated with kid gloves. You should be clinical about it. You should be rational about it, so that it will not, explode to something that cannot be contained. I want to believe that he should allow his common sense to prevail on this matter, because it is people's lives we are talking about, and if life is sacrosanct, I think it should not be, lost on the, on altar of politicking.
All right, thank you so much. We moved on to quick panel this morning. Good morning, guys. Happy New Year. Anambra isn't political headquarters. It is Igbo's ancestral spiritual headquarters. Every Igbo indigenous came from Inri. Pardon my pronunciation.
That one is debatable.
I don't think some of our viewers they are listening to me. They are listening to us when we are talking.
Everybody did not come from
And that is exactly how I presented it, that the real political headquarters of Igbo is in Enugu. But people believe in the source. People still believe that the real Igbo, the real makeup, they still have some, when I talk of business-wise, maybe political-wise, or on every other thing, they still believe in Anambra, like Ogun State and Oyo State. That's how I put it. I don't call Anambra political headquarters.
All right, Peter says, talk to people really concerned and affected, Yorubas who are even fighting quarreling for matters that. But you are not blind when Igbos contributed there yesterday. More than 10 Igbos people contributed.
Are we
fighting here?
Mr. Michael,
I don't understand. How many Igbos were here yesterday? How many of them contributed?
If it is something done at home that will make people happy, so be it. That's why I say 1 day is not enough. Make it 1 week. Yes. If it is sit down at home, you want to be celebrating, and it will make you happy. Honestly, I'm happy with you. 1 week is okay.
All right, thank you so much, GOA. City Stand discusses issues from north, west, east, and elsewhere. And that's why sometimes I just avoid all these Eastern stories. Because, some of them are very, very toxic. Also toxic.
They take it emotionally.
Yes, that's it. If you watch yesterday's program, you see, you realize that many Igbos contributed. You understand?
Yes.
All right, let's move to another. Let's quickly move down to what Danduji said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, talking about his 2027 re-election. He said, if you think the North won't vote President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027, you are joking. And don't forget what Ali Ndume said a few days ago, that the North is grumbling. The North is grumbling, and the vote of the Northerners will speak very, very loud in 2027. And what do you think Ali Ndume meant by that statement?
You see, Ali Ndume as a senator, a serving senator, and a vocal one at that, Ali knows to some extent what he is saying. But when we take into cognizance the demographics of politics and their pattern, the way it is being played in that extraction, elites will say something, the cities, the other cities will say another thing. Because one thing that remains a very good factor that has always been going for people from that extraction is that on the last day, you don't just watch whatever anybody says now. The D-Day, when the real matter or the concrete word is to be spoken about where the election in that area or in that axis is heading, then you will not know that they will not come out and talk with one voice. But by and large, what Ahmed Bola Tinubu has succeeded in doing is that he has been able to perforate the kind of an Italian known bloc like the Kwakwasiya movement, which everybody believes that there is nothing you do in Kano today without taking Kwakwaso to cognizance. But you can see what is playing out now. The governor and 44 chairmen of that local government are members of the House of Assembly of Kano State. They are now tilted towards where the governor is going, and we is the APC. And as we speak today now, do you know that the federal government has approved a project, a railway project, just immediately after the defection of Governor Abba Yusuf to APC? What does that one tell you? They are saying they are telling him that look, you have not seen anything yet. It's just whatever you are seeing now is just a figment of whatever your imagination might be. That this 1 trillion naira rail project that we have given you is just the starting point. Now that you have come, they can use everything to spite their opponent, saying that look, APC is where the whole thing is happening. Now you have now seen it now. Why the rush in approving that railway 1 trillion naira railway project? That will tell you that they say that the cake and the juice is in APC. Then why not come and join and enjoy the national cake? And that is what is playing now. If Ganduje had said that nothing will make APC or the entire Kano State not to vote Bola Tinubu, that person should go back and sleep again. That is what Ganduje is saying. So some extent he might be right because of what is happening at the moment. But when you see, I have not seen any strong opposition. Opposition movement that has always been on ground there has been fractured as we speak. What else can you say? I am a realist. I don't say this or that. If I see anything if that momentum that they once had can be built all over again, then I will still say it on this platform. But as we currently stand here on City Star, I think APC is doing a human job in that Kano State.
Ali Ndume has been known as somebody that is filled with this not egocentrism and selfishness. He has always antagonized anything that will even make us south a bit, or is always a northern. In fact, and he always do it shamelessly. I could remember the altercation between him and Wike when he was telling Wike to create some camp for beggars in Abuja, and Wike was schooling him that a beggar is a beggar. So as you look at how foolish, sorry to use that word, how shamelessly he was able to think that they should be building camp for beggars instead of arresting them and relocate them back to where they come from. So as they are building camp for them, they should be coming, all the beggars from Kaduna, they should be coming to Abuja, and we're using our money to sponsor them. He now tell him that, there is no amount of money you give a beggar or try to rehabilitate him. He will still go back to that begging business. So to tell you the antecedent of, this man called Ndume He was the one that speak the loudest voice. Well, I mean, that speak loudestly. When we are talking about tax reform bill, when we are talking about fat pool contribution, and now they are going to sharing formula. He was the one that cry all the time that, okay, when the oil was 30% derivation, why should fat be, I mean, maybe 20%? Even up to this moment, why should oil, I mean, derivation, why does it remain at 30%? It's too small. So you still want the fat, I mean, the distribution to remain like that. To tell you that this man, he has always been the advocate of course, he represents people. But to me, it's a sign of selfishness and egocentrism, which is supposed to be condemned. Now let's go to the reality of how the voting pattern of North in 2027, or let's go back to 2023, how they vote. In 2023, Tinubu don't have a landslide victory in the North. He just pick from here, pick bunch of vote from Kanu. In Kaduna, what can I pick here? That's what he did. Tinubu don't ask you to vote for him 100%. He pick what he wants. And if you look at it, the way I'm looking at the permutation is working for Tinubu. Because when all of them are talking about the North, they usually carry North Central along, forgetting that Tinubu has to break that jinx. I don't know how you want to campaign against Tinubu in Kwara State, in Niger State, in Kogi State. Okay, the remaining state that left, where Obi has chance in last election, he has chance to beat in Benue, Plateau, and Nasarawa. Go and check what is happening there. Now, Plateau, the current governor of Plateau is in APC. The current chairman of APC is from Plateau. And go and look at how Tinubu has been depositing his own food soldier at North Central. Amopito, Odunari, Odeko. That's the politics Tinubu is playing now, and they refuse to. Somebody like Ali Ndume, I think he just believe in all those old time of past glory of North, where all of them come en masse and vote like they usually do during the time of Buhari. That era has gone. His era gone. There is a demarcation now.
All right, we'll move to the comment section. Chris says, I am only concerned about Tinubu and his Fulani controllers deploying bandits in military uniforms to go there and cause mayhem on innocent people. We talked about the security aspect of this newly generated issue that is going on in this southeastern part of the country. And this would be the best opportunity for these Fulani elders or terror bandits, to strike if there's not taken. Am I right?
To some extent, Mike. You see, most of all these
you might use it.
Most of the terrorists, they look at some kind of a loophole, a kind of a lacuna. When they see that there's a chisel within a kind of a block, then they just penetrate and cause the havoc.
And that's why Soludo needs to be very careful.
And Soludo, if he has so much capacity to shut down Onitsha Main Market, why can't he also deploy that same capacity in making sure that there is
enough security,
adequate security on the land? I want to believe that the government is supposed to be people-centered. A situation where now you now come petty. Before Soludo, I used to drop my heart for him. For him when he had sway as a CBN governor. Ever since he turned to a full-blooded politician, I begin to have my routine. Because most of the steps he has ever taken has never been right with me, and also with majority of the Anambrians. And when you now look at what is going on, I begin to wonder what somebody that is also being touted as a classroom economist, then of A grade, is now coming now to deploy a kind of a behavior that is not known to somebody from that echelon. Then you begin to wonder what has human life done to. Then if Soludo does not tread cautiously, he might be setting up a time bomb for whosoever is going to succeed in the nearest future.
I still don't believe that narrative that some Fulani pretend and be killing. These people, they are not pretenders. If they want to kill you, they come and kill you. Was there any crisis in our war before they invaded that place and kill? You don't need to create problem for you. so that they will use that as an opportunity to sneak in. You don't know Fulani. It doesn't concern them. Whether you remember, if they want to invade you, they will invade you. That is the point. But okay, tell me what kind of crisis was going on in Kwara State before they invaded Kwara State and they started kidnapping and they started killing. These people, they don't wait for opportunity. Whenever they feel, they don't do it at the free will. So don't let anybody be deceiving themselves that it is Fulani that are killing in that place. It's not the people of Igbo. Igbo also kill Igbo. In the southeast. Even during the peaceful something, Yoruba no dey kill Yoruba. You know the yes, in northern Ado. Okay, all the people that they have been kidnapping and killing in the north. Are they all of them? Are they all of them are Yorubas? What are we talking about? When you create problem in your own land, you first of all enjoy it. That is the problem. So me, I don't believe all this kind of the Fulani. They will now. If Nigerians say they want to infect down your place, you don't need to create problem. When Nigerians say they are ready to move to your side, I'm telling you, to me, I don't like when people don't look inward and try to do the needful, but always try to put blame, excuses, blame. I'm not ready to entertain that one.
All right, you must say the person that conferred Soludo with professorship should be invited for questioning. All right, thank you so much.
Yes, I agree with you in total.
All right, good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
How are you doing?
I'm good, sir.
All right. I think it's a renewed fight between IPOB and Governor Soludo of Anambra. Is there any way they can solve this issue without this declaration of sit at home by IPOB and Governor Soludo shutting down main market?
Okay, I want to say that Governor Soludo should, tread with care. This is democracy, understand? And one of the most effective tools that has been tested and proven to be more effective is diplomacy. You understand? I think that is what is watching out for Governor Oates, where how he's been able, apart from the developmental strike,
He's able to manage
situation, and then he endears everybody to himself. Don't forget, he's one person. After Nnamdi Kanu was sent to Sokoto, he went to visit. So whoever is a lover of Nnamdi Kanu or a follower of Nnamdi Kanu will want to, that is the promise. We want to listen to him if he comes up with to say, okay, please, can we do this? Can we drop this for now? They will want to listen to him. You understand? But in the case of Soludo, we've never seen him spoken in a manner that suggests that we have our son in Sokoto. Politics, like we all know, is your ability to be diplomatic. Him identifying himself within America, not really identifying with the movement called Biafra, but the fact that he's our son will have a way of pacifying the people. You understand? But using the coercive method, I don't think is the way to go. And I'm not supporting the IPOP in a way. Because what we expected is a situation where, okay, one thing I think is that the market belongs to government. Government can decide to say, okay, we want, just like he said, we want to build school inside of the market. But it is government property, and as a governor, he has that power. But what we should look at is, because democracy is government of the people, and if you allow things to degenerate where it constitutes to threats in the state, it will not go well, because presently as we are speaking, the economy of the state is going down as a result of the sit at home. Yes, sit at home has reduced the economy in a way, and I think that is why the governor is reacting. Now, the decision he has also taken has made matters worse. You understand? And that's why I said diplomatic means would have been more effective. If he has done that, I think, there is a way you can pacify the people to feel, okay, can we begin to comply with the government? You understand? Instead of going against the government. If he does not manage this thing well, we already have an insecurity issue in Nigeria. So that it does not get to the point where we are now going to channel attention, apart from the north, now we are saying there's another set of problem here. that we need to tackle it. So you should manage the situation very well, and diplomacy, I would want to say, is the most effective. In 2016, Nigeria went into recession. One of the reasons was because Buhari could not deploy diplomatic means. When Niger Delta Avengers gave him conditions, diplomatic more, he declared Tompolo wanted, if you remember. And then he told them he was going to go all out militarily to deal with them. But we saw these guys started bombing pipeline. Our production went down. Our revenue went down. One of the reasons for the recession was it. And later he did a U-turn. The same Tompolo he declared wanted, you gave him in charge to secure the pipeline because that was diplomacy. If he had done that before, we would not have even gone into recession in the first place. So leaders should understand that democracy is different from other systems. The people, that's where the power resides.
Getting moment, we all understand that Governor Soludo is trying to protect the economy of the state, but at the same time, with the ways, carrying out his orders and instructions, what do you think is infringing on the rights of the people?
We dealt with this issue yesterday, and I still want to maintain that whoever advised the professor to embark on the kind of method he has adopted in terms of threatening the traders hasn't advised him properly. I think he goofed in that area by trying to think this sensitive issue can be addressed by threats. I agree absolutely with my brother here in terms of the fact that diplomacy will go a very long way it may not address it totally, but these are people's it has to do with people's emotion. There are emotional ties to this issue. The man at the center of the whole thing is still in prison as we speak, and all of that. So all this put together, he must understand that diplomacy will work more rather than trying to think threats and force we get the job done. It's not going to work, and that was what I said yesterday. You cannot, you don't have such powers. Even as the governor who happened to be on paper the chief security officer of the state, on paper, and I repeat, it is on paper. Most governors are struggling to even be in charge of security issues in their various states. But on paper, the constitution sees them as the chief security officers of their states. So if you don't have what it takes to enforce people, to enforce or to protect the people that chose to go out on those sit-at-home days, which I have talked about yesterday, it shows that you cannot compare people to come out or to come and open their businesses and all of that the way he has done. You have no power to protect. People have been killed, which I have condemned here. That I will never be part of such brutal enforcement of this sit-at-home order. But at the same time, the governor has shown that even before Soludo, that he lacked capacity to ensure that people are safe when they eventually come out. So a lot of people complied with this sit-at-home order. So this is not what you can now change by force or by threatening the traders. And that was why I dared him yesterday that to level the market. Because I knew that those people are not going to back down. And we are already seeing that the issue is getting complicated. He has given order that market should be open if the information I read online was correct. But the Ipob has already issuing Monday. I knew that was going to be the issue. You cannot achieve it by force, by threatening them. Now, will people comply? They comply to that Monday sit-at-home? I can assure you they will over comply. Government doesn't have the power to make people come out. They cannot protect the people. So people would rather save their head, even for those that intend to go out, even for those that do not even believe in the sit-at-home thing. They would rather prefer to stay indoor and have their lives intact. That's the issue. It's a very sensitive matter. Diplomacy will work absolutely, I mean, to a very large extent, as my brother has said, my God.
All right, I'll move down to the comment section. Antoine says, I lost respect for... Okay, I'm still coming back to that. Anna Yokoro says, Soludo is an illiterate professor. Odresi Chima. John, my brother, Soludo, all Jews of Kalu, Umai, are all enemies of Igbo people that are working for Bola Ahmed Tinubu for their selfish interests. All right, it goes on. Soludo will reap the consequences of his actions in the nearest future. We should go and verify from Rota as the former governor of Imo State. All right, Job C says, if 90% of your citizens are saying free Nnamdi Kanu, you as the government need to go and try to advocate for MNK, not threaten your citizens. This is what they want. And this is what they actually want. Yeah. The release of Nnamdi Kanu.
Exactly, yes. And I think, you see, like I said, Oti understood the game very well.
So, how has he been able to manage the situation? Alex Oti.
Okay, now, look at what he did. He, even before, you remember
they are Igbos too now.
Yes. When Shongore, before the protest, was inviting the Igbo leaders to turn out for the protest, we listened to Oti, what he said. Some of the things he will want to talk to you in a manner that suggests that this is our son, we hold him dearly. His freedom is what we truly, that is diplomacy. And the people are listening to some of these things he said. When he was finally taken to support, he went to visit. He does not only went to see, he made it look as if it was an official thing. He went to see the governor, he went to see, I think, the Sultan also, and then they went as an entourage to go and visit Nnamdi Kanu. The people are watching. You understand? He has scored a very good political point for himself. And I think that is the line that Soludo should go. You understand? Instead of using coercive method, when you bring up this method, it makes the people feel you are an enemy of, you are their enemy. So, and that is no wonder the IPOP is still, declared Monday as...
And with the statements have made in the past concerning
yes,
agitation for Biafra.
I'm not saying to use diplomacy and don't use the other angle. You can also deploy the other angle if you see that, they are infringing on other people's rights. The IPOP, if set up as a government a mechanism to monitor the doings of the IPOP, are they, enforcing the people to sit at home because they do not have that right? This is democracy. But if you have people on their own want to sit at home, you understand, it is okay. But if you are forcing the people to sit at home, then the government needs to sit up because the people have a right to decide whether they will sit at home or they don't want to sit at home.
This is from the eastern parts of the country. He just said something now that it's IPOB enforcing people. Is the organization forcing people to sit at home on Monday night? And the other question I want to ask is, what exactly is Alex Oti of Abia State doing that is so different from what Governor Soludo of Anambra is doing?
First and foremost, may God bless you. I remember Biafran evangelist.
Is differently from Governor Soludo.
Many things. The difference is very, very much. The distance of their differences is not here. Alex Oti, first and foremost, see himself as an IPOB identity. Indigenous people of Biafra.
Has he come out to say that?
Excuse me, action, hold on now. Hold on, action speaks louder than voice. I don't need to speak, but my action tells you who I am. When the Nigerian military under CDS Musa, that moment, the period, that was either 2 years, or it should be 2 years ago, when some soldiers was shot in Abia State, when Nigerian military started to visit house to house to kidnap innocent citizens in the name of arrest. What did Alex Oti do? He called them in order, which he even promised to apprehend those people that carry out that killing of those soldiers.
which he promised anybody that give the right information, he promised 25 million. Hello, he used the brain not to create chaos in his states. Are you hearing me? And they look at the way the matter and the game. That there was a time they wanted a game. He won the military. That no, don't invade my state. Don't invade my state. I'm in control. It's my state. And if you watch the way he's doing things, you will agree with me. Just like one of my analysis said here. He said, look at the movement. When did what is it called, Soludo? When last did the Soludo stand up to think of his own? Let's forget whether IPOB, the way they fashion it in their heart or not. But we are talking about an Eastern man. We are talking about an Igbo man that have been jailed unlawfully because the law that could have permit his imprisonment is no longer in the constitution. Are you getting me? It was in Nigerian constitution before. It was removed to favor the Boko Harams and the likeness of them. Are you hearing me? So now somebody, because he's an Igbo man, two, because he's a Christian, so yeah, they now use, that's why when you're talking about marginalization, when you're talking about, looking down, these are the factors, the areas, because likeness of Tuji and co. Was it not 2 days ago that Nigerian military, even a commander, a lieutenant, Mohammed, somebody was murdered? You understand, with the other soldiers. You understand me? So what the point is this? Honest, I think I discussed it with you. I say what makes people say there was no compliance of sit at home in Abia State. The reason is this: they were complying, but any area Alex Oti is to work. The IPOB themselves are working for Alex Oti. He employed them. The IPOB. Yes. So he will use them to do whatsoever he want to do in that area because he's working. And let me tell you, what Alex Oti is doing during his campaign, he made a statement. Abia State money will be he's going to spend it in Abia State, and you are seeing the evidence. You understand? Nobody will know like better thing. When you are giving the people what they really need, it will be easy to soften their heart.
He's giving them what they really need.
Yes.
Yet they are observing sit at home.
Hold on now.
You said it behind the camera.
Yes, now they are observing the sit at home on Monday. That on Monday is a signal that we are doing this for the illegalities of Nigeria being carried out against our son of the sun, Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand me? Peacefully, not violently. And when I put it to you that all this killing, they say they kill. I remember there was a time they said that Igbos are going to, on the May 30th, they are going to observe the heroes, Igbo heroes. Go to see there's all of them said there will be nothing like that. When everybody sat at home that they did not see anybody, did you see anything killing? Did you hear anything shooting? But a situation whereby you see people outside. That's why when I say Nigerian government, we say, why am I accusing government? Why am I accusing government? Government is involved in everything. Look at what this man, the governor of Imo State, said during last year, if I'm not mistaken. He said those killings are not IPOB. Is that not a good message? To tell you that yes, and he said it's opposition. Then who are those opposition? To tell you that IPOB has never been a violent people. But them that are in the government are using it, all those violent. When they carry the act finish, they will now put it upon the head of the IPOB. Just image of the IPOB, and is the meaning of IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra. Is there anything too bad in claiming the source where you come from? I don't see anything bad. You see, so Alex Oti has played the major role and is a man of the people. The choice of the people, just like when Soludo at first, which our what is his name said,
At first, when Soludo came up, everybody in Anambra gave their vote. Out of 21 local governments in Anambra State, he conquered 19, if I'm not mistaken, in 21 of it. He conquered 19 clearly, without anything, with a distant imagination, the choice of the people. But now that finally, when he now assumed the office, first tenure, he has assumed the office now, the second tenure, he decided to dance to the tone of his colonial master, which are the Fulanis, against the people. Why didn't he? One of my colleagues said that he wants to create a chaos for another coming government. In a way, I concur. Because this thing, take a look. I was telling people that Nnamdi Kanu love Nigeria more than these politicians that are claiming that they love one Nigeria. Yes. Why I say so, I will give you an example. Sir, that river, that overhead bridge on Onitsha, that river, the river Niger, where is it? Is it not in Nigeria? Ugwata, is it not in Nigeria? That seaport in what is it called? In our brothers there. Is it not in Nigeria? Then what am I saying? He said that they should make everywhere working. And if all those places start functioning, government will stand to make more money, not only from oil. And at the same time, create more job opportunity when Kanu came first. These are the point and to make Enugu more viable. And if you check, I sat down and I reasoned this thing. He loved Nigeria more than the way these politicians are claiming. Are you hearing me? Because somebody that comes and see your lapses, that with good governance, good point. Do this so that the people will be okay and relax. And you say that is a separative.
The agitation wasn't for Southeast alone.
God bless you.
At some point.
Yes. Do you understand?
Changed.
So, and what makes him to change was the attitude that Nigeria gave to him.
No listening here.
One, they did not listen to him. Two, they intend to kill him. You see why he now decided to change. That is to tell you that they love Nigeria more than Nigerian politicians. But look at the way around. That is why he's standing now for his people.
Now, what has this situation changed? As regards Nnamdi Kanu's case.
Now, listen to me.
Has it been impactful? Has it changed anything?
Sit at home that we observe started by illegal rendition, a signal to Nigeria that we are not happy with our son.
Yeah.
We are expressing our bitterness because we cannot use. You don't expect me to come and carry gun to go and face the exhibition of face Bola Ahmed Tinubu, even though I'm in Lagos or whenever I come to that borderline. Do you expect me to carry bomb and any of this thing to face Bola Ahmed Tinubu to express my opinion? No, you don't expect me to do that. So I have to express it, and I must not carry it out outside my own region. The thing that I have to do, I will go within my own region and express my feelings within my own region. So, and that is what they are doing. Is the way, it's not valid. Moreover, the business, I run the business. The business is mine. I use it to feed my family. So I decided to give it. A day will not kill me. After all, people go hungry.
All right, we have Ipob saying evangelist, no matter how you dress it, Ipob and Biafra will never stand. That's what they say. All right,
that is opinion.
That is opinion. Okay. Then the Chima says, Michael, you know there was a country called Biafra before this contraption called Nigeria. Where was the agreement and consensus of the people to move from Biafra to Nigeria?
God bless you.
Can someone answer?
God bless you.
All right.
It's a question. It's a question.
Oh, yeah, react. Well, you see, the truth is, before the coming of the colonial masters, virtually every ethnic group in Nigeria, is a nation. they build
their own.
Yes, they build their economy and their political whatever around their culture. You understand? But when the colonial masters came, one of the things they did was that they collapsed these structures. You understand? The Biafra, of course, was a nation on its own, very strong, then very, very strong. In fact, when the Portuguese came to Nigeria, the Biafrans were one of the people who were challenging them. And I think that explains why when Lord Lugard came, he was more comfortable in the north because he tested the indirect rule there for him. You understand? It was a partial failure in the southwest, in the west, and then a total failure in the east because of their how they are as a people. So one of the things he deployed was to collapse the structure and bring in another structure because colonialism is exploitation. How we can take resources from here to our country. That was just what it's all about. You understand? So every tribe, including as small as my tribe was a nation. You understand? We were doing somehow well until these structures were collapsed and they centralized everything. Where are we today? You understand? Where are we today? It's not working out. So what we need is leaders. I am a lover of Nigeria. I tell you, we stand to benefit more in Nigeria than breaking it if we have leaders. Imagine me moving from where I am and going to, let's say, like you go from where you go to Sokoto, you are a Nigerian, you have leadership that works, you have institution that works, nobody will want to take advantage of it because you are a citizen. You can go on properties, own businesses, and you are treated as citizens. That's a big advantage, living in a country like this. But when you have leaders that, are only interested in what they can get from the system and they make matters worse. Another thing I expected the government to do is, can we look at the southeast? Last time, Senator Net, was advocating for a state in the eastern. Yes. Now it is to create balancing. Is to create balancing. You have 6 states in the southwest. You have 6 in the south. The southeast should have 6. It's one of the 3 major tribes. You understand? They should also have 6 states so that in terms of representation in the National Assembly, they will have equal representation. As we speak now, they do not have equal representation. If there is going to be any decision in the National Assembly because of numbers, they do not have that equal representation. That is an angle to it. And then secondly, we should also allow the system to run in a way where, irrespective of wherever you come from, you can become anything. Like this, there is this challenge in particularly the corners. But even though things are changing over time, you understand that they feel people from a particular tribe should not vie to become president. Like it's a crime to do that. Some of these things are things we should bury. And then have leaders who are irrespective of tribe, if not because of the challenges we have in Nigeria. Even if you are Fulani and you have what it takes to rule a country where everybody is better, who stop you? What we need is a leader. Nobody needs a tribe. Once you can become a leader, and Nigeria will be better. That is what we need. We don't even need, somebody that believes in tribe or believe in religion.
All right, Dr. says Sister Tom is the only way the people can express themselves without being shot by Buhari's men. And that's with that, genuine way of
expressing themselves. Yes, and that's it. Just like what he said. In addition to that,
but it seems it's not working.
What is not working?
Is it at home?
Who told you that sit at home?
No, in terms, in bringing out Nnamdi Kanu
out.
Yes,
see, it's contributing. No,
the imagination of Nigeria.
See, it's contributing.
Is there any other approach or any other measure?
Is that, excuse me, the same thing that sit at home is passing a message. Because if
it seems some of the governors in the eastern part are looking away.
I agree with you, Mr. Mike. It's not working. Let's be frank with ourselves. Let me just say one thing. Why I said it. Let me say why it's not working. Do you know why it's not working? Do you know why it's not working? The elites are not supporting Nnamdi Kanu. Simple. Good and fine. The elite in the eastern region, they don't support Nnamdi Kanu. In fact, they see him as a threat to their political career. So they do not support him. The people who are supporting Nnamdi Kanu are the middle class and the poor Igbos. The real people, if they speak, Nigeria will listen. They are against Nnamdi Kanu. That's the truth. You understand? But even if they are again, you know, I told you Alex Oti, I cannot tell you he's an IPOB member. He is diplomatic enough so that they will not understand. You understand? To see question in any country, no government will support you. No government will support you. You understand? It is a sacrifice you are paying and you are losing. As a result of that, sit at home. You are losing, but it's a sacrifice. I'm not saying don't sit at home. No, but the reality is that you are losing economically.
Excuse me. If you are not passing message to the government, why is the government crying?
They are losing revenue now.
Hold on,
You are passing message.
They are losing. If government, if it's not touching government, government will not adhere to it. And had it been that Nnamdi Kanu was not touched or was ignored according to the advice that come from the former president, the elder statesman, in person of Olusegun Obasanjo, had it been that the Nnamdi Kanu was ignored, are you hearing me? Nigeria, see, it's me and you that stand here talking. Them like Iturubu and Co that are there, they know what they are facing. The case of Nnamdi Kanu, internationally, but until you go closer to somebody and to some of them that are in the system briefly, when they brief you, are you hearing me? When they brief you, that is when you will now know that Nigeria is facing the heat. True. You understand? But you don't expect them to just come like that and and submit. Okay, if Nigeria is not facing anything, do you know how much Nigeria loses each time Nnamdi Kanu appears in the court? Each day Nnamdi Kanu appears in the court, how many times have they published it in the paper? How many times do you hear it in the news? But they know that that man is hitting them. Lastly, there is the last this thing which what is it called? This man Olusegun Obasanjo too. He said this, he made a statement. He said if not for Nnamdi Kanu, that the Fulanis would have ravaged Igbo land, the whole Nigeria, and convert it automatically as an Islamic nation. Pure. You understand? So I don't just read his handle. The other day I was talking, I said go and read T.Y. Danjuma, Theophilus Danjuma, his handle. You people not just you just come, you carry on and read other people's this thing, then you grab messages.
All right, Williams Okameme says Biafra existed long before the name Nigeria was created.
God bless you.
If those who named Nigeria had acknowledged the historical reality, there would have been no need for the ongoing struggle.
Exactly. And we remain the first people to resist them in terms of war, in terms of protest, in terms of, we are the first in Nigeria to revoke slavery.
All right.
Because who named Lagos na Portuguese?
All right, what has Nigeria contributed or done for anyone as a citizen since you were born?
Nothing. Nothing. You sincere, it's nothing. Let me tell you, the problem we are having in the Southeast is the politician, the governors, or whatever there is. That discrimination matters a lot. Let me use it as an example in Lagos State here. You can remember NSAS, Lekki Toll Gate. So who are you supposed to play the record back? What happened in Lekki Toll Gate? Lagos State government, so try to enforce power. So they start collecting money in Lekki Toll Gate. What happened? When the masses come outside, they do what? They rethink that the whole world is watching them. They stop Lekki Toll Gate, ordinary Lekki Toll Gate, that road, they stop it. Now, Sanwo-Olu apply wisdom. When you come to Lekki Toll Gate, what happened? 2020 NSAS Toll Gate. They try to start collecting money for Lekki Toll Gate. The way the masses come outside, they do what? They say no, that Lekki Toll Gate need to close because what happened in that year, it bring the memory there back. Why Sanwo-Olu cannot play the same Soludo
will not play the same game. The Anambra people vote for him because he record they have. But now, second tenor, Soludo, he did what? He turned back against his people. Try to play the game of their master, the Fulani, the British. Why? Look at Governor Soludo. He's playing the same game. Why Soludo didn't close the area market and I see you sit at home in Abia State? This is the game. Soludo is the first governor in the East to go and visit Nnamdi Kanu. He's a politician under the Nigerian government. And you did what? You do what can please the masses for Abia State. Can you come in the southeast now say Soludo is evil? Let me use that word. For all the whole 5 states in the southeast, my brother, those cities in the southeast will take it when Soludo is not there. But check other governors in the southeast. If you like, tell whatever you want to say for their head. Nobody in the southeast will kick against you. Because of what? They are not doing what the masses need. Soludo is using force for the Anambra to close Onitsha Main Market. Why? And the people that put you there, the same people. You and those people need to the round table and discuss. And the discussion is not that I want to close Main Market or stop sit at home in the southeast. Several times we didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. Did Soludo sit with those people? But we have seen the handwriting of Soludo. Remember what I said last year, that your work speak for you. I said that if the Ahmed Tinubu is doing very well, Ahmed Tinubu don't need anybody to challenge him to second tenor. Come to security, feeding and everything. But because of Ahmed Tinubu is not meeting the target of the citizen, the masses, that's why you see that violation starts. They want all news to remove Ahmed Tinubu. If that Ahmed Tinubu did well, me and you can say that Ahmed Tinubu will go directly in 2027. But Ahmed Tinubu already fell us. The same thing Soludo in Anambra State.
All right, your follow says Nnamdi Kanu is a strong Igbo man I've ever seen in my life. I've been just get your own opinion before.
Well, what I want to say there, so watch the last case we have in the court. I think that should be around December time. There's a statement Nnamdi Kanu mentioned. He said, who is that man where I give order? He will counter my order in Southeast. That's number one. Number two, Soludo have already met the market leaders. Where is the Ipob office? Which of them have already come out to have a dialogue with Soludo? It was ourselves reality. God bless you. Which of them? Have you ever seen a member of Ipob with a ID card? In fact, they don't have office. They are inside bush doing their meeting. Where do you think that the governor will lead them? Who will come and say, I'm the full member of Ipob? Which of them? They are ourselves the reality. If Soludo take action, he want it. It is them that cause it. It is them that cause it. Soludo is doing what he's supposed to do. And why are they giving people and they let people to sit at home? People sit at home with their friends. Not with their mind. Not with their mind. They are afraid. That's why they cannot come out. Why Soludo wants to practice? My brother Benjack, let me come in. Soludo wants a correction. Soludo, this Ipob you are saying, do you want Ipob to come out and to defend themselves so that Soludo will hand them all this? What are they fighting for? Wait. The freedom of Biafra. You must have your bush. You are not Boko Haram. You are not Boko Haram. How can they have Boko Haram as a Boko Haram? That is as a You want Soludo to kill them? Is it only the group? You have the terrorists and they have the office. At the same time, when you become terrorists, it's impossible. We was really get to have office. Or was it have because nobody know you. Nobody know you. So you remember. Soludo is one of them. Listen, how can we expect IPOB who they have declared terrorists to have office? Who permitted them to have office? Who regulate their office? Okay, that means that when they're killing people, they're not killing people. That means they are faceless. They're not faceless. No, the guy is there. Some of the guy is there. See, when you are talk reasonably. What is reasonable? Because most of the which office you want them to have? You say they're supposed to not have office. And you say they are having office in their books. How do you want them to have office? You said they are faceless. Excuse me. People are faceless. Because the people say they have office. You said they have office. You said they are faceless. Hold on. How do you expect office apart from seeing me? I am the IPOB member. Which other office are you talking about? I don't know whether you get me. Which office again are you asking? When somebody say, I am an IPOB, indigenous people of Biafra, is an office already. Which office are you? You want them to carry out you show that you are seen as a terrorist. You want them to carry advocate to show government and IPOB. You want them to be grabbed. What are you saying? This man can be the head of office. Mazab is a traitor to Biafra. Mazab is a saboteur to Biafra. Wazirika is a saboteur to Biafra. We can have it's a 419. It's a 419. It's a 419 that did people. It's a 419 that did people. You understand? So such name, that is why we're telling you that if people see any trace of bad in you, they will tell you in your face. That is our office. Igbo is hearing them. So Wazirika is a fellow man that came to do business with Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu is the office of IPOB. When you see Nnamdi Kanu, you have seen the office. When you see Nnamdi Kanu, you have seen IPOB. The last office is that releasing of Nnamdi Kanu will not bring peace in Southeast. Soludo is addressing Nnamdi Kanu. And the meanwhile, Soludo is planning government in Anambra state. So you're fighting the real now. What? You have issues. He said even with the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu will not bring peace in the will not be solved. Now they say Nnamdi Kanu, Sam Manepa, they are organizing protests. They do this. This one that is holding now is this Sam Manepa on Nnamdi Kanu. The people love Nnamdi Kanu. People love Nnamdi Kanu. This is what they are fighting for. They are showing let him go. He don't know nothing. He don't know anything. They just Nnamdi Kanu. They just something that is Nnamdi Kanu. You are killing your people. You do it. Look at his statement. Look at his statement. Here's the person that was not.
to be so them go. He was ready to go.
I agree. It was wicked that they have an office. I know so Ipob also, all of them are people for Wasirike. They want that between Nnamdi Kanu. Ipob also, it can be right.
Which state?
Ipob also, I don't know if it's a paper. I know.
This man is a cousin in Anambra now.
All of them are on the run. They're on the run. Ipob also. You don't get that the judge is like him.
He has declared that
Listen,
across the southeastern region.
Listen. Are the people that excuse me? These people are the people that betray Nnamdi Kanu. Ipob also betray Nnamdi Kanu. You can't be right. Betray Nnamdi Kanu. Kasawori betray Nnamdi Kanu. This one, all of them. Chike Dosle, they are the one who betray Nnamdi Kanu. But they have seen now that Nnamdi Kanu, God did not allow him to die. Now they're trying to remass back to cover their shame. This is what happened.
Here is the base of the person that I'm talking about, the map of that declared sit at home, that Monday sit at home. Where is his base?
Currently, he's not in Anambra. Even if I thought he declared it, he's not in Anambra. But you see all of them, personally, I don't trust them. They are trying to cover their shame. They are trying to cover the money they collected on the head of Nnamdi Kanu. We thought Nnamdi Kanu will die. We thought, but Nnamdi Kanu did not die. And they have seen the handwriting on the wall. That Nnamdi Kanu come now. But you see one thing, I like Wasirike, no matter what happened. Because Wasirike did his own. Excuse me. Because Wasirike did his own. I stay clear from what of it.
Wasirike.
Go and drop inside your bill. You are not an info supporting info. You are not an info supporting info. Go and drop inside your bill.
You don't talk finish. Second base. Oh yeah. Mike, I'm with you, man. This man is just put in.
Soludo have collected the second time. Another people say food.
Let Soludo breathe. Let Soludo breathe. Because Soludo what? This man allowed me to talk. This is the man that mean well for Anambra. What Obi could not do is trying to bring it on the table. This Soludo is not what's it called? What they call them? All this the ambassador or what's it called? Is a thoroughbred global person that means well for Anambra. But when you still now reject him because you don't always love your leaders in that state, they say sit at home. They're supposed to sit now and making money. Who are they? Who is the sit at home going to affect? Who is it going to affect? It's going to affect the economy of the state and likewise their own economy. Likewise, no matter how rich you are, if you're spending money every day and you are not adding up more money to your coffer, you will get bankrupt. And I think there must be common sense, and common sense is uncommon. Soludo, let him breathe. Soludo will transform Anambra as it is. I don't know suddenly why they just created hatred for Soludo. It's somebody I've been following for a while. It's my own man. When you're talking of who I even wish to be, because is it the economy you want to talk of? And give him space. Let him reset economy of Anambra. And that is why we say these people, did they reason at all? Did they think outside the box at all? Their case, I know
put mouth for anything Southeast face. But when I see my own person that they are diminishing him, which is Soludo, Soludo has not done anything wrong for them.
All right, the Chima says, police sleeps and wakes up thinking about Obi. The much reason he won't say 2 words without mentioning Peter Obi.
Obi cause all this problem.
All right, Babayaga says, how Obi take enter this matter now?
Okay, how Obi take enter this matter? I think when Soludo came in, he came in when Obiano left, and Obi diminished Obiano. He diminished his status, in which they can never do to him. And when he diminished his status, he sent him to EFCC. Did Obi want to tell me that he has not grouped with the money, what's it called, local government election? Obi did not operate local government election throughout his tenure. So what are we now saying? And you are guilty of something, and you are now accusing Obiano as well that is your puppet. And that is why Tinubu is different from Obi. That is why Tinubu will always different from Obi, because Obi cannot build structure. All the structure Obi has built, he ended up fighting them. He's fighting Soludo, he's fighting Obiano. Who else do you want to carry along?
Away from that, there will be sit at home on Monday, February 2nd. This directive was made by Ipob. Ipob is spokesperson, more powerful. Do you see the people of Anambra complying?
I could say the one that love is life, the ones that want progressive Anambra to disobey that, because I can say rapidly, as they are sitting at home, they're supposed to be sitting in their shop and making money. And you say sit at home likewise. I don't know whether it's affecting the children, because I'm so concerned about the children. It's affecting the children. Can you imagine?
The governor of the state and IPM, who should be obeyed?
Is the governor of the state, because there can't be 2 governors on the 6th. The only governor we know is Soludo. So what they are doing is even contradictory to the what's it called, the constitution. Yeah, it's contradictory to our constitution. They just take law into their hand and they turn themselves to state actors. They are not state actors. So Soludo is still just even packaging them. If I was Soludo, I will get them arrested. The people that want to open the shop, you go and open your shop. And that's how they say sit at home, sit at home, sit at home. The economy of that state is going down. And we don't need that any longer, because the liberation that they want to give the Southeast now, in which Southeast is enjoying now, they should not destroy it any longer. And people like Soludo knows what Tinubu plan for Southeast, the goodies Tinubu is bringing to the Southeast, and they should not disconnect from all this largesse that is coming to their state. And the one that will be using their hand to destroy themselves, they will be the ones to be complaining. Truth is bitter.
All right, despite the governor's hand on the issue of sit at home, IPOB has declared Monday sit at home, not just in Anambra, across the eastern region.
You see,
what do you have to say?
You see, Soludo was there yesterday. 4 years has gone. Now sitting for the last time. He's going home. It's like what my guy just says. Like they want to create a problem. See, the 5 states in the eastern region, they are crying for one thing. Have you sit down and dialogue with those people? So you can't just bring force versus force, force against force, force against force. You understand? You say they should sit at home. Where is the conducive security to safeguard their life and property? See, you don't want to tell me to come outside and somebody say I should sit at home, and you know the person who inside that say I should sit at home is more powerful than you that say I should come outside. The difference is there. Which one will I obey? Will I obey my life to be wasted or my life to be secure? So at the end of the language is that you are by with the more powerful, because the voice of the people speak first.
They allow majority to carry the vote. Can you imagine? On Monday, the whole eastern state is like a desert. See, the government in this cycle, they are wrong. So now, see Soludo, they were clapping for him yesterday. Today is an enemy because too far. He went too far. Somebody give you a mandate to complete 8 years. Now what is the payback? It's force. Dictatorship. That's what we're talking about. It's a dictatorship. Let the voice of the masses be heard. Without that, problem will continue. Problem will continue.
To the viewers on the platform, we say a big thank you to you. We're back here on Monday, the 2nd of February, with more interesting stories. We appreciate all of you who engaged us in the comment section. Thank you so much. Kindly subscribe if you're watching for the first time. Also share the program. Let people know what's going on. Understand. Have a great weekend and stay safe.